Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the Deep Space Carrier series here on Elite Dangerous. We're continuing our exploits and exobiology as we try to move our carrier from the bubble out to Colonia. It's kind of our maiden voyage, and that's just kind of pick that as a first destination to kind of get used to being out into the black and, you know, figure out all the little variables before we head out into a place where there's no support available. So that's what we're doing. Today, we're going to continue working on the twin 9 biology planets that we found in this system. We're going to try to grab as many of them as we can on this one, and then we'll head over to the nearby body that has probably all of the same stuff. But we did get first footfall when we landed here, so everything we get here should be getting us quite a bit of money. 9 different samples, all with the first footfall bonus. Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty nice. Before we get too far into the video, I'd like to ask you to help us reach our next major channel milestone of 10,000 subscribers by clicking the subscribe button. The number doesn't go up unless you actually press the button, so go ahead and do that now. Hit the like button to help the video spread out to more people, and then when you're done watching this video, we have more than 1,600 other videos on the channel, all gaming stuff, all different kinds of gaming stuff, and organized into nice, neat playlists. So be sure to go head over to the channel and find something else to watch, because there will definitely be something there for you. Okay, trying to find some more of those, concha. I'm pretty sure they were concha. Guess they're going to be down here. As you can see, we're flying around in the Mamba because I am taking advantage of the fact that we have our fleet carrier out here, and we can take all of our ships with us and don't have to worry too much about jump range. If you missed the previous few series that we did, we went all the way out to Beagle Point and then came back in my Crate Phantom, which is my primary exploration ship, or it has been my primary exploration ship ever since the very beginning of starting videos sometime last year. So because we had the carrier, it'd be nice if I could actually press the run button. Because we have the carrier, it makes it so that we don't have to worry so much about jump range, and I can take ships that have a much shorter jump range out, because we're mostly going to just be staying around where the carrier is anyway. So my plan is to just kind of jump the carrier to whatever destination that we're going to head to during our weekly carrier reposition live streams that I do every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then, you know, just kind of hang around there. And while we're doing exobiology, we'll be on the lookout for icy rings so that we can hopefully find some tritium to mine to keep the tanks topped off. And yeah, it's kind of the plan that we're doing. I'm also, hold on, I'm trying to make sure this ship is very fast and it's very responsive. But it's also very, like, it can get away from you very quickly if you're not really paying attention. So I want to talk about things, but I also want to make sure I don't, like, slam into the ground, because this thing it's basically a racing ship. It's pretty much what it is. What is that? I think that is a biology, but it's not the one we're looking for right this minute. We're trying to find more of those concha with the little star-shaped things coming out of it. We're trying to find, yeah, those, I think it's these down here. Are they? They are. But see what I mean? Like, I got a little too aggressive, and it accelerates very quickly. See if we can try to land right here in this little spot here. We'll go down there into the... We'll go down into the little crevice there. If I can find a... Oh, there we go, right there. It's telling me I can land. There we go. So we'll run down into the crevice there, grab that, and then we'll come back up here. I don't know if we've gotten these little mound-looking things here. These. I think that we did, or we might have gotten those little purple shaft, like the little purple shaft ones in the last episode. I don't really specifically remember what we got, but yeah, unfortunately all of these concha are going to be way down here in crevices and stuff for the most part, so we got to run for a minute to get over here. I guess I could have broken out the SRV, but realistically, especially with very sloping terrain like this, most of the time it's just easier to just run and do it this way. It probably takes, I don't know, it's hard to know if that's actually going to take longer, because dealing with crazy terrain like this in the SRV, especially when you don't drive it very much like me, it can get a little bit annoying. So for me, it's usually easier to just run on foot. Try to get my ship as close as I can, and then run on foot and hope that you know, hope that it's faster. There's no way to know. But anyways, like I was, I'm trying to bring it up in every episode that I do, so that you know, maybe enough people will come across what I'm saying that we can actually make it a thing. But as part of the weekly live streams, I would like to start trying to find some kind of events to do during those live streams, and ideally it would be something fun and exciting, like maybe some racing of some kind. So, you know, maybe try to turn the carrier into a... Okay, we already got that one. So I guess we need to find those purple plants that we were seeing all around all over the place and try to scan those. So we'll flip around and try to go back the other way. But anyways, I have this idea in my head of like a galactic racing league kind of thing. That's my landing gear. Where, you know, maybe a bunch of people decide to come out and join the carrier and use it as a mobile base of operations, where we all kind of head out. We're all heading out into the black, looking for cool places to do races and competitions and things like that. I think that would be a really good way of, you know, helping some people who really like the game but are kind of bored with it because, you know, there's just not really that much in game to do. The whole, you know, 1,000 miles wide and inch deep problem that the game tends to have. You know, I tell everybody all the time, well, that's because it's one of those games where you kind of have to come up with your own things to do. All right, so I mean, the bacteria on here is going to be pretty easy to find, but I don't want to leave. We already saw the really tall pink colored things, and I just don't remember where I saw them. I think they're over. Yeah, they got to be over here in this dark. I'm going forward. It's not wanting to respond to my key presses. I want to make sure that we got those pink stalk-looking things before we move too far in. I think we got those two. So, first and foremost, let's find a set of those pink stalk-looking things so we can verify that we either got them or didn't get them. And then we'll head out. Where? Every time I see something pop up on the horizon, or pop up on the edge of the render distance, I keep thinking that might be it, but... Ah, these. These are what we're looking for. Right, try to find a spot to land right here. So yeah, the bacteria is going to be easy to find. The grass is going to be easy to find. And then, assuming this is where that hover and repel option would be really nice to be able to just hover over the sample, and then they just drop you enter a hover mode and it drops this little blue shaft of light down to the ground instead of forcing you to land to do this. That would be an exceedingly easy thing for them to program into the game, and it would make this whole process much, much, much less annoying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did not grab these in the last episode because we were pretty... Really? We did? Okay, well, then I guess we don't have to go do that. I don't remember getting 3 different... Oh, you know what? I think we got... Okay, I think we got the pink... We clearly got the pink sample, and then the little... the other, you know, like tall pillar-looking thing, and we were gonna get the concha, but I remember we ended the episode because I was pretty much out of time. So I guess that's what's going on now. So we're done in this little dark gray area here. We can head back and start getting some of that other stuff, the grass and the... let's see here. We'll get the landing gear turned down so we can hurry up and get out of here. I'm actually gonna kind of head off in more of this direction, I think is where we were, but I don't really remember. I want to try to find as much of a nice flat area as... Oh, here we go. I think we were like climbing up into this area here when we saw some stuff. But then again, I remember seeing bacteria as well, and I don't see any bacteria here. So, unfortunately, I think I probably I think I probably got out of speed out of here mode too quickly. So what we'll do is we'll kind of come around this way and try to get more down into this area here. I'm going to make sure I don't boost at the wrong part here. But down in here, we should start running into some of the other species of everything, because the color's different. The color is the color of the ground is very different. Now, I think these are all that same. We're going to land here and check it out just because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that that sample there is the same stuff we found in the other area. Oh my god. You see what I mean? Like, look how finicky this is on a relatively... I mean, I know it's angled and everything, but still, come on. This is a specific reason why having some kind of repel option is like almost necessary for this, because I mean, look how much time we're having to spend just trying to get on the ground in a relatively flat area. We're just gonna climb out of here. I'm not screwing around with this. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I will leave this planet before I spend 5 minutes finicking around on trying to find a landing spot. This is the stuff that really gets under my skin, because there's no reason that it needs to be this way. It doesn't need to be this way. It really, really, really doesn't need to be this way. And it annoys me to no end that it is. Okay. Let's see if maybe we can... But the problem is that this entire thing is on a cliff. I mean, now we're finally getting a little bit more in the way of blue options, but it's like, just... Why do I have to fight so much with this? Just... Let me land, or let me hover, or let me do something that makes it so I don't have to spend all this time fiddling around with finding a landing spot. It's so finicky. It's so unreasonably finicky. Alright, what do we have here? Is this the osseous, or what is this? Oh, Clypeus. I've never found Clypeus before, I don't think. Looks like a candle. Looks like it's like a candle with a little a light reflector thing here, is what this looks like to me. That's pretty cool. I don't think we've ever found this before. I don't recall ever having found Clypeus before, so... Clypeus, I don't know how you say it. Whatever word it is. But yeah, I mean, people who continue to watch me know that I have several complaints, and I continue to complain about them because they're annoying enough that every time I run into it, it makes my blood boil a little bit. Unnecessary impediments to progress that just really shouldn't be there. But, you know, nobody cares what I think. Nobody cares what I think. I say it because if I don't say it, I'm gonna like burst a blood vessel or something. I need to vent it out and get it out and let it go. Like, that's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. I don't know what else to say other than that's just the way it works. Yeah. There's a lot of things about this game I really like. There's a few things about this game that I really, really don't like, and I wish that there was a way to just get rid of it. Get rid of the irritating things, start maximizing more of the positive things, and this game would be so like, this game is already the game I choose over things like Star Citizen and No Man's Sky and stuff like that. Because just the ambiance and the way that the ships fly and the kind of ships that they have and the visuals and everything, I prefer it to those games. And if they would just get rid of some of the inane, irritating, stupid things that they implemented in their attempt to, you know, I don't even know what their attempt to do was. It's just they just added these annoying things you have to do that don't need to be there. And if they would just get rid of them, it would be so much better. This game would be so much better. I would play, like, this game would be the game for another 10, 15 years, assuming no crazy new graphics things comes out that requires a new game. But you know, just I would be perfectly content to play this game for a really long time if they would just get rid of some of the annoying, irritating, stupid, tedious things that you have to deal with. All right, so we got that. I think there's some grass or something around here, and I saw bacteria patches that are a nice, like, nice pastel green color or whatever. That should be easy to find. So we're gonna actually pick up a little bit, because you can see the bacteria patches from actually quite a far distance. I don't remember where I saw that though, so we won't get too far from the ground. Yeah, I don't really remember where I saw. The problem is that I get turned around sometimes. So I think we're going to continue to find a lot more of this Clippius here. I don't know how far we're going to have to go to find bacteria and whatever grass species is here. And I'm pretty sure I saw some tussock or something. The unfortunate thing is that because even though there's like a lot of different species here, the terrain is just, there's not a lot of level terrain around here. So as much as I'd love to be able to kind of skim the surface and be able to find this stuff, it's a little bit more difficult when you're constantly having to adjust for the terrain. That's not, I know in light of all the other complaining I've been doing, that's not really a complaint, that's just, I'm stating a fact here. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful of how fast I move through this. We may just leave, because we've clearly gotten several of the samples here, and the way that a lot of this works sometimes is you're only going to get so much in an area, and then you have to leave the surface of the planet, go find another heat map, and then try hopefully you find whatever else it is that you're looking for. And we're probably just wasting our time here looking for the other things. Even though I did see bacteria somewhere, I don't see it anymore. So I think what we'll do is, like, we'll go down into this last little flat area here to see if maybe we can spot anything. And then if we don't see anything else, we'll go ahead and, yeah, this is all Clippius here. If we don't see anything else, we'll go ahead and hop out of this planet and head over to the other 9 biology planet, because we don't need to find everything on the planet. Because realistically, not everything is worth a lot of money. Even with the first footfall, I know we'd be giving up a fair bit of the money because we're not actually trying to find everything. But at some point, you have to say it's just not worth the time it's going to take you to go locate the other samples, and it's easier to just go to another planet. So where's the other one? Is it this one here? Yes. Sometimes it's easier and faster. It's worth your time. It's a better use of your time to just leave the planet and leave those samples behind and then move on to whatever your next thing is to do. Because to be able to figure all that out, we'd have to leave this planet, get high enough to turn around and look back and find another heat map. And it's like, if I'm going to leave the planet anyways, I might as well move on to the next thing. So, yo, dude. It went immediately from we're not moving to now we've way overshot it. We were 1 light second away, and now we're 33 light seconds away, because there's no ramp up between when it actually starts moving you and then when you actually start when you press the button, or when you're, there's no ramp up between when you're still trying to like start getting some momentum and then all of a sudden you're like bam. There's no. The Super Cruise acceleration should be based off of how far you're traveling. I know. I'm going to complain about this again, but I complain about these things because I want to explain why I think this way. The computer should have the ability to adjust the way that it operates the engines based off of your target. How far away is the target? Whatever you have targeted, it should be adjusting your throttle to get you to that as efficiently as possible. And especially for something like this, I want to be able to use the Super Cruise overdrive to boost out of the atmosphere to hurry up and get away from the gravity well. But don't make me pay for it by making it to where I can't just like judge it very quickly to just get out of it and then start approaching the next thing that's nearby. They always want to penalize you for things. here's this convenience, but we're going to implement it in a way that you have to pay attention all the time, and you have to do it perfectly, or we're going to punish you. I hate that. I hate it, hate it, hate it. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Oh, I think there was stratum on the other one, but it's not going to be the stratum tectonicus. That's almost always on. Let's see. I think what we'll do, I don't want to go after these small patches there. I think we'll go after the cactoida here and see what we can find. But we do need to get over to... We do need to get over to the light side here, so I'm not trying to do this in the dark, because that's a pain in the booty. So let's come over this way. And then, let's see. So I have to pay attention. I have to be very careful, because if you approach the atmosphere at even slightly too high of a speed... So here we're going to do a bunch of maneuvering and some unnecessary maneuvering to slow down, and I'm going to overshoot my target because, you know, this massively powerful gravity drive that we have is not capable of slowing me down as we approach the planet. It's going to do it. We were like that close, trust me. I know you were looking at the numbers and you were like, oh, that's fine. No, like, sometimes if you're even just like a kilometer per second over where they have decided that you have to be under, you slam into the atmosphere and then you have to spend minutes boosting down. That happened in the last episode, and I got really angry and lost my temper. I'm just... These are things that I shouldn't even have to worry about, but they force you to worry about it because you're going to fly it manually, damn it. Okay. I know. I can already hear you thinking it. Your episodes lately have been very negative and angry. I'm sorry. It is... I don't know. Landing gear deployed. I complain because... Yes, because it irritates me, but also because, you know, I really care about the game, and I see how it could be if they would just adjust some things. I see how awesome it could be if they would just adjust some things, but they won't. They won't adjust them, and it just... It's that feeling. It's that feeling of like when you know you're like this close to having something amazing, and there's just something in the way preventing you from getting it, and you're incredibly frustrated because it's like right there. If I could just get this last little bit, everything will be awesome. And that's how I feel about this game. Like if they would just do this last little bit of stuff. Let go of this philosophy of everything has to be manual and tedious and hard because, you know, that's just the traditional way of doing it. And just implement some of these quality of life things. I would be so much happier. And it would make this game so much better. And I would complain a whole lot less. But the game overall is good enough that I'm willing to put up with these things. Because what I get out of the game is worth more than the irritation that I have to put up with the things that irritate me. So, I don't know. I know the last couple of episodes have been kind of negative. I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't seem like what I'm saying doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. But if you think about it, it does. If I didn't care, then I wouldn't put the effort into complaining about it. I just wouldn't play anymore. I play, and I continue to put up with these things because overall, I really do like the game, and overall, I think it could be this really amazing thing if they would just stop. A couple of little fixes here and there in the systems and the way that things work, and it would just be so much like... It would just be so much more awesome. I don't think there's anything right nearby that we can grab, so let's go ahead. This was our first sample, right? So... I don't know what else we need to grab. As a matter of fact, I'm actually recording for my weekend, so we're going to go ahead and end this episode here, and then I'm going to pick right back up, and then it'll be another episode for tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Be sure to click the like button to spread the video out. Subscribe to the channel to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, or you can just leave, and other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. Again, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Deep Space Carrier series on Elite Dangerous, and I'll see you for the next one.